After announcing that record numbers of immigrants have been deported from the UK, the UK government has just stepped up the job by saying that we have not seen anything yet. Shamana Mahmood has told the world that the deportation is about to, she's about to take the deportation to a level we have never seen before. In fact, there are reports that the deportation that they are about to commence is going to be the highest numbers of mass deportation since the Second World War. This has caused panic in the heart of people from immigrant community. It has been widely reported in all the major newspapers that the UK government deportation, they are stepping into a new level. Good afternoon. I'm going to break up this to you. I'm not here to scare anyone. I'm only just telling people so they can take this information, factor it into their plan. Next week, there's going to be a budget in the UK. Here, they have set up a new unit. This unit, they're going to allocate money to this unit. This unit is going to be responsible for enforcement. The government is saying loud and clear that this enforcement involves going to all the nape salon, barbing salon. Nothing is out of it. Good afternoon. Frank is my name. The Launch Club is where you hear the latest update about immigrant daily lived experience. Let us know what your views are about these issues that we are sharing with you today. Yesterday, barbing saloon were raided in London. Not only barbing saloon, even a popular restaurant in London was raided yesterday. What is your view about what we are sharing today? Shabana Mahmood has said that they are going to, one of the reasons that the Labour government said they are doing what they are doing, they say it is very easy for people to come to the UK, work illegally, they rent house, they work illegally, that is the pull factor. That is what the government called it. Said that is the pull factor that is attracting a lot of people to come to the UK because they know that once they come to the UK, they can easily get a job, and for them, they will be able to survive. The question that I am asking is, do you think that this deportation that they're about to announce is going to have a ripple effect on communities? And the government is even saying that they are not going to spare anyone. They are just going to make sure that this deportation is going to be one of the largest. As you see in the newspaper today, Rachel Reid has said that she is going to allocate money to this enforcement unit that the government has said they are going to set up this enforcement unit, and money will be allocated to this enforcement unit, and they will be able to go anywhere that is suspected that illegal immigrants are working. They are going to go out and do it. They said the main objective of this is to make sure that illegal immigrants will not be able to work illegally, because if they make it difficult for them to work illegally in the UK, they will not be able to stay. What is your view? The saddest part of this story is that we have just been informed yesterday that one person from Nigerian community has currently been arrested. This guy was arrested in a restaurant where he was working, and that is where immigration enforcement, they approached the guy, and the guy, as I speak to you today, is currently being held in deportation, waiting for the next flight. As we speak today, record numbers of immigrants have been deported since the Labour government came to power. And the government is saying it clearly that what they have started is not, it hasn't even started. They said the deportation, they are going to take it everywhere that they suspect that illegal immigrants are. In London yesterday, 3 restaurants were raided and people were arrested where they were working, and they were deported. They are facing deportation. Some people are saying that the deportation that Shabana Mahmood is carrying out, there is no human face in it. That even people who came to the country, and these people came on the COS visa, they have no job, and some of them are having to work in other sectors just to survive. These people are being rounded up. The guy who was arrested yesterday, the guy had a valid visa. He was in the UK legally, but because the guy found himself in a place where he was working there, and the government said, your visa does not allow you to do this job, and because of that, this guy is being read. His wife, as I speak to you today, she's worried. This is a guy who is in the country legally. His visa was revoked. When the visa was revoked, and the guy was trying to sort himself out, he still has children, he still has responsibility, and the brother was trying to survive, and that is where he was apprehended, and he's currently being held. And the government is saying that despite the fact that they've achieved the record numbers of deportation, they are still going to do more, because according to them, they are going to crack down on everywhere that is suspected that illegal immigrants are. They will go there and make sure that they make it harder for them not to be in the country, that they want to return those that who have no business being in the UK. They will make sure that they will be deported. And as I speak today, the government has already deported record numbers of people from minority community. Let me know what your views are about what we are talking about today. Do you think that this policy, it is fair? You have people who came to the UK. They were promised job, and they came. The unscrupulous employers who brought them to the UK did not provide job, and these guys, they are still trying to work and survive, and they are being rounded up. And the government is saying that next week, they're going to allocate money to a special unit, and the sole reason of setting up this special unit is to carry out more enforcement, because immigration officers are telling the government that, look, we are struggling because we do not have the resources to be able to carry out as many enforcement as you want us to carry. That is why the government is now saying that we will give you the money. Money is not going to be a problem for you to go out, nail salon, barbing salon, anywhere that we suspect that illegal immigrants are, go there, including car wash. A lot of car wash, a lot of people that work in the car wash sector, you can see a lot of car wash are being raided. The Nigerian guy who is currently being held, the guy's case is quite disheartening, in the sense that this guy came to the country legally, and this is the third case of somebody who came to the UK legally that we have heard who is in a serious situation where he has been apprehended. So the question I am asking is that, do you know anyone who has been affected? Because somebody reached out to me yesterday and shared this guy's story with me, that he was in the kitchen cooking in a restaurant, and that is where immigration enforcement came in, and they asked for proof of ID. This brother did not have any proof of ID, and he was later arrested. What is your view about what we are talking about today? Because the government is saying loud and clear that they are going to carry out the largest deportation since 1945. And Keir Starmer and Shabana Mahmood, they are saying the reason they want to do this is because they believe that one of the reasons that a lot of people are attracted to come to the UK is because they know that if they come to the UK, even if they don't have papers, they will be able to work on the ground, and they'll be able to rent. They're even making it harder. If you want to rent a house now, they are increasing the check, making it harder for people to rent a house, because the policy of the current Labour government is that they are going to make it unlivable. Make it unlivable for anybody who doesn't have paper to stay. If you cannot rent a house, you cannot work, you will have no choice but to take your bag and leave the country. That is what the government strategy is. The question, put your comment in the comment section. We are not talking with those who have no business being in the country. The government has to do their job because that is people breaking the law. But you have people who came to the country, and these people came on valid visa. They have been exploited by unscrupulous employers, and these people haven't got a job. And in the case of this young man who was in a restaurant, his visa was revoked. And the guy was saying, just trying to say, okay, what do I do now? Somebody helped him and said there's a job that he can do in a restaurant. And it was that same restaurant where the guy was working, and that was where the guy was apprehended. Restaurants that were raided in the London yesterday, more than 3 restaurants were raided, including a popular restaurant that is based in central London was raided yesterday because of the same reason. This week, there's going to be a new budget, and there's going to be money allocated to this new enforcement unit that the government has just set up. And the goal of this enforcement unit is to make sure that they are going to carry out more raids. Barbing salon, nail salon, car wash, restaurants. These are some of the places that they said they are going to target, and they are going to make it harder for anyone who doesn't have paper to work, rent, and stay in the country. Once they tighten work, they tighten rent, you will have no choice but to take your bag and leave the country. Do you think this is a good strategy? Are you one of those that believe that, yes, like this guy that always put comments on my platform? Do you think that, yes, the government is finally doing what it's supposed to be doing? Or are you somebody who is apprehensive? You are not living in hiding, in fear, because you're worried that you could be the next victim. Put your comment in the comment section about this topic that we're talking about. The government is saying from next week, they're going to allocate more funds to enforcement units for them to be able to carry out more raid, and a lot of people are being apprehended. This Nigerian guy, sadly, he was somebody that was caught, and he is currently being held at the deportation center, where the guy is heartbroken because he said he's going back to Nigeria. He hasn't got anything because he sold his belongings to come to the UK, and no job, he hasn't got anything. So let me know, put your comment in the comment section about what we're talking about today. Is it a good strategy? Should the government carry out more raid? Should the government have a bit of human face in the deportation? At least those who are in the country who came on the COS, should the government deport them if their visa has been revoked through no fault of their own? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video with anyone that you know will benefit, and consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't done so. As soon as we have more update, we will continue to update our people. This is what the government is planning from next week. They're going to ask for more money to carry out more enforcement. Do you think this is a